Hello, everyone. Welcome to Milesight webinar. I'm your host, Jessica. This webinar will provide an overview of Milesight, the company, the products, technologies, and our targeted industries, and what we can expect with the IBox kits for serving IoT projects. And finally, you will get time-limited offer. It moves pretty fast, so hang on. First of all, about Milesight. 2022 marks Milesight's 11th anniversary, so we've been around a while. As an engineering and manufacturing AIoT company, we design, develop, and manufacture data communication equipment for the IoT. The R&D and manufacturer capability offered us complete control and flexibility, so we can do custom manufacturing, and we have a very highly trained workforce, ISO 9001 certifications. So why Milesight? There are three main reasons. Number one is superior product quality. Number two is professional service. And number three is technology innovation. We have a very experienced service team, which does great with the customers. We love to work with distributors, solution providers, and system integrators, and to help them identify not only their technology requirements, but also help them get the necessary support in this ecosystem to build up comprehensive solutions. We have a history of innovation, such as combining surveillance technology into LoRaWAN to monitor the meeting room and space occupancy while protecting staff privacy in public places. We have history, innovation, and plan to continue that. We do have target markets, vertical industries, which are enterprises such as indoor air quality, space utilization, complex conditions in building management, and agriculture, smart city, and industry 4.0. In the LoRa technology, the first product we'll talk about is our UG67. This is an outdoor industrial level LoRaWAN gateway with IP67 protection rating for the harsh external environments and can be used in the Helium ecosystem as a full minor gateway. The next product we're going to talk about is our UG65. This is our workforce. Gateway has a built-in network server and is configured with a variety of backhaul connections. It retains almost all of the functions in UG67, such as Node-RED, Gateway Fleet. This once again also has that Helium-compliant firmware inside of it. The Milesight UG63, this is a mini gateway for LoRa technology, and it offers that deep coverage in difficult-to-reach areas. Deep into the buildings and super big warehouse. This is an interior-only product, can't be used on the outside, can't be used as a Helium miner. And the first LoRaWAN sensor product we're going to review is the AM103 and 103 Lite. They are economic ambience monitoring sensors with three fundamental measurements only. The user-friendly design something like that through the emoticon and LED color to identify whether the air is polluted or not. Batteries are replaceable and longer lifetime of up to 4 years if you don't need the screen. And the AM104 and 107. Again, they are applied to indoor environmental applications as well. Their smart e-ink screen sets them apart. The concentration of volatile organic compounds, carbon dioxide, temperature, humidity, and so on are all visible on the screen. And the AM300 series. They are the most advanced ambience monitoring sensors for indoor air quality monitoring in our portfolio, with a bigger screen, longer battery lifetime, more monitoring parameters, and the user-friendly features, emoticon, and LED indicators are supported. And the Workplace series. They are ideal fit for the smart office applications to meet the frustrations that we're going to run through daily, such as space, low utilization, outdated lighting control, people counting with privacy concerns, and something like that. So the EM300 and 500 series, they're mainly used for environment monitoring, such as the building, city, and agriculture-related applications. Milesight UC300 controller. This is the conventional sensor to LoRaWAN network bridge. Easy to set up, very rich interfaces, interior only product, which has the cellular LTE connectivity option as well, if that's what you're looking for. The next product is also the Milesight controller UC500 series. You have the solar panel version or the built-in battery version, which can be worked in harsh environments. If you want to connect with legacy sensors, its feature-rich interfaces can bring the LoRaWAN network into your existing infrastructure quickly. Milesight UC510 solenoid valve controllers. This is a rugged product as solenoid valves and pulse meters can be connected for smart irrigation and remote watering. It is used in a lot of agriculture applications. Now let's talk about the enabling software, starting with Milesight device to device. This enables the direct communication among Milesight LoRaWAN end nodes without a LoRaWAN gateway, providing security, enabling task execution at the edge for reduced latency. The next software product we're going to review is going to be Milesight IoT Cloud. It's a cloud-based application server that is hosted on the AWS platform for managing and displaying the collected data of Milesight LoRaWAN sensors. You can choose the server location in Singapore, Germany, or in China to store your data securely. It charged license according to the number of managed sensors. And next software, the Milesight Device Hub. It's a cloud-based or on-premise tool set for managing the Milesight LoRaWAN gateways and cellular routers. It does the firmware upgrade, debugging for all router and gateway series. So from Milesight's comprehensive portfolio, you can easily choose a preferred LoRaWAN sensor or gateway or controller and the paired software to build up an IoT solution. Now we are starting to talk about all the benefits of LoRaWAN. If you're not a LoRaWAN adopter, if you're not on the path to a connected product, it's time to start. You know, it's the right time for rolling out. LoRaWAN is a low-power spread spectrum network technology. Its advantage is that you communicate over very long distances at very low power consumption. The battery-powered devices can up to 10 years without service, and it's a bidirectional communication. LoRaWAN devices can be deployed wirelessly throughout buildings of all kinds to gather and distribute data. Devices don't link to fixed infrastructure, so they're easy to install and relocate. Don't forget the deep penetration capability of LoRa, so communication through dense walls, elevator shafts, or basements is outstanding. As there are so many advantages and benefits of using LoRa, why they still have about 30% of deployment initiatives still fail in the proof of concept phase according to an investigation. Those people said that the technical challenges and complexity of IoT prevent them from moving forward. And I couldn't agree more. Obviously, the technology integration challenge is one side of the coin. If you're a solution provider or you're a field service provider and you want to have a LoRaWAN product or LoRaWAN-based service and start to make a digital transformation journey, there are just so many layers of that network stack to make the solution happen. The data sensing level, internet access level, network level, and final data visualization level. Or you can slice and dice them into more layers like security layers, joint server layer, etc. Sometimes it looked easy on the surface, or maybe it was just marketed as easier on the surface than what you would actually find. And that's why so many projects get stuck in trying to integrate all the different layers of stack. So that's the challenge Milesight, as a vendor and supplier, is working really hard to remove that complexity, to simplify it through the standard devices and paired software, taking away the friction of connecting these different layers together. That's what we are doing now. And more importantly, Another big challenge in IoT is the customers are not really able to solve the return of investment. So again, the onus is on us to really do the proof of value process in such a way that the bosses can really justify that. There are certain things we don't control, like the internal organization things, of course, but on the business model side and on the ROI, we can help build a business model that's very welcoming to customers. For example, adding hundreds of sensors could require networking upgrades, additional storage capacity, security layers, and other costly elements that could easily be overlooked at the onset of the project. So, not only their technology stack needs, we can help. Also, we can bring in ecosystem partners to help as well. We advise customers to identify early on where they'll need partners. The biggest ROI kicks in not from tracking assets or measuring the environment, but from optimizing these processes in light of the data they create. We've innovated in a couple of ways. On the hardware side, we have put a set of sensors, gateway for LoRaWAN adopters to get started with, even get to a pilot very, very quickly, not having to worry about a lot of the separate components that you need to buy from a dozen different vendors. If you want to prove out your business case, the return of investment, then you can believe that you could get data from this physical environment, the temperature, humidity, air quality, space occupancy, things like that, and integrate that into an application like Milesight, IoT cloud, or your own monitoring platform that you could prove business value that would help in your own digital transformation with your service company or your other equipment. And for the distributors, resellers, solution providers, and other type of partners in this LoRaWAN ecosystem, such as the service providers of network server, they can display expertise to their customers with live demonstrations with this IBox kit and help end users access LoRaWAN in the easiest way. Yeah, that's the Milesight IBox kits. It really integrates our most popular LoRaWAN sensors with our LoRaWAN gateway, along with the built-in network server and Milesight IoT cloud that really allows somebody without any engineering or integration skills or staffing to make it work. And it's the best tool to walk you access this LoRa IoT world and address the ROI issues more clearly. We offer a variety of options to self-install your services in the most popular application scenarios, such as the indoor air quality, smart office, and smart building. Each kit package comes with everything you need to quickly and easily set up your devices and activate your services as well. Or you can take out any one of these components. This is not a proprietary end solution. It's all open architecture, something like if you want to add other third parties' LoRaWAN sensors into the system, you could do so. If you wanted to replace the Milesight IoT cloud server with a public application server or your own private server, again, you could easily do so. This is all meant to get you out of the box and prove that business value. Now let's talk something about the indoor air quality. COVID-19 definitely prior the importance of indoor air quality. Many studies suggest us it's ideal to maintain an indoor humidity between 40 to 60%. Otherwise, the dry and cool air may create the highest risk conditions for the airborne spread of COVID-19. And fresh and clean air driven by good ventilation can also lower that risk. But many people get used to some quick fixes and low-tech solutions to refresh the air. Something like opening windows and the cycling of indoor air by HVAC systems. These strategies are so easy to manage but lead to higher power consumption. And sometimes comfort takes a hit. You know, some parents are complaining about their children studying in freezing classrooms with open windows. And now we have to pump fresh air into buildings more frequently than ever before to compensate for the inability of most filtration systems to strip to filter virus particles from the air. And how can we know that sufficient fresh air is circulating? How can we know the filtering mechanical is well filtering the air? I think we need a proxy in this case. And most heating and ventilation air conditioning systems are installed in bare office buildings, where are outfitted with offices, partitions, and meeting rooms. In reality, airflows can be completely different from what was originally accounted for in design. So, taking all these into account by monitoring the main risk factors, I mean the concentration of carbon dioxide, relative humidity, and PM 2.5, things like that. Building owners and facility managers can easily identify where is the hotspots and the risk areas of the COVID-19 because of the poor ventilation and ambient room conditions. So, this serious situation has sparked new investment in air quality devices and driven many customers to consider the new strategies and new solutions to improve the air quality in their surrounding environment. For example, about 59% of real estate executives are already planning a new investment in the air quality related sensors and analytics to get new visibility on air quality, and when the collected data be used to alert occupants of high risk areas or to provide feedback on HVAC equipment performance or to optimize the energy usage by ventilating used space only, when all of this be realized through the air quality sensors, I think facility managers they can successfully minimize transmission risks. Without a further ado, here is the Milesight IBox indoor air quality kit. It's a LoRa-based solution that meet the requirements such as easy and quick wireless installation, integration with building management systems and linkage capability, very less maintenance because of the battery-powered design. It also provides an intuitive analytical tool to understand the performance of critical indoor air quality parameters. And with the same tool, you can predict exceedance of the concentrations beyond the concentration range. If you are equipment vendors, system integrators, or network server or application server providers, well, you can fully make use of this kit to simplify the process of evaluating a LoRaWAN network. As I just mentioned, you can replace or take out any one of these components easily. And for the occupants, such as students, school staff, officials, employees, this IAQ solution can create a healthy environment when they stay inside. And then it will change the operating culture, change the business model. For example, students and staff, they will take corrective action when the gas concentration exceeds the range settings, and the mandates or the government, they will know whether other resources are needed to address the nationwide air quality issues, something like to install more fans or adjust the ventilation frequency. Anyway, they can make right decision based on these scientific data. Now we are seeing a lot of changes in the schools. Schools have struggled with a safe environment in some ways. What was safe wasn't really safe unless there was a screen. There was a dashboard where there could be monitoring and engagement and focus. Here's the real case from the Isle of Man in the United Kingdom. Our LoRaWAN-based IAQ sensors have been installed in Manx to make sure students can concentrate properly, and these sensors are connecting with the public LoRaWAN network on that island to transmit data and reach to the faraway monitoring center. There's a good article on it too by BBC News that goes into more detail. And that's just one of the many cases we have successfully deployed for education facilities. And here is another important case that's ongoing in Canadian schools. The Ministry of Education in Quebec, they were facing the same issues like security, reliability, low maintenance, and ease of deployment when they evaluate the new IAQ monitoring solutions. Considering all these elements, it seemed obvious LoRaWAN is the right solution. Until now, 47,000 units sensors and 2,600 units gateways have been bundled and deployed, and a web application has been developed where all the users can interact with the data. Live and historical data, tendencies analysis, threshold alerts, and reporting are all features part of the solution. All users can be notified when and where fresh air is needed. Of course, with all of this measurement, suppose if we continually monitoring the carbon dioxide, humidity or PM 2.5 levels within a classroom and remain the measurement results within the recommended ranges, then can we 100% guarantee that we will be COVID-19 free? No, it won't. But what it can offer is let you create a strategy and perhaps some simple operational changes, unique settings to each classroom that will help you reduce the risk that the occupants face whenever and wherever inside. When we stay inside in an office, the indoor air quality is one of the factors that greatly affect our health. And besides that, our productivity and efficiency can be influenced by some other factors and issues, such as the room occupancy, the adequate luminance, and so on. About the workplace frustration, I think we have discussed it many times. Then, through this perfect chance, the headquarter moving, we address them through our own devices and solutions. Let's see how IoT helped Milesight team create a more efficient and sustainable environment in our new office building. Before we get our hands into it, we did some research and did some interviews with our colleagues. What's your ideal conditions for a workplace? And many teammates asked, is there enough light? Is it secure enough, as there are several entrances and exits of the building? Can I find an available meeting room easily? Can I control the window blinds to filter or block out sunlight even without getting up? Even some colleagues from the admin depth want help to easier their facility management work. So things like that one-touch request to control multiple operations. For example, turning on or turning off all the sprinkler systems or air conditioning systems or lights on each floor simultaneously. Of course, we want to have some accurate real data that would help us know when and why to do so. So we started an IoT day in Milesight. Since the UG67, the outdoor gateway was pre-installed on the roof of the building already. So the first step was to find the right sensors from our portfolio and install them at suitable positions. And so lucky we have right products to satisfy the aforementioned demands. The magnetic contact switch for small but important storage room, the smart button in meeting rooms, the Pi and light sensor on the corridor, the smart scene panel in the big conference center. Also, in order to know the meeting room status while protecting users' privacy, the VS121 workplace occupancy sensor is chosen. As most sensors are battery-powered and wirelessly connected, deployment was so easy with the sensors properly installed and after a very easy registration process on the built-in network server of our LoRaWAN gateway, information started to flow. We were doing good. We set up the sensors to send data every 20 minutes, which we believe is the right balance between battery saving and information accuracy. But here I want to talk a little bit more about our smart button. To turn the whole office into a smart office, we connected the motorized window shades into the LoRaWAN network through the RS485 interface on our UC300 controller. Then it can send a command to turn on or turn off the shades in the same network. As we aforementioned, Milesight device-to-device protocol can realize the direct communication among LoRaWAN end nodes without gateway. So the UC300 can be triggered by the smart button sensor quickly, almost no latency via the Milesight device-to-device protocol. Then, when all these settings done, we short press the smart button. It pull down the shade automatically. We long press it, shade pull up, and double press that button. Stop the shade where it is. Again, there's no LoRaWAN involved in this trigger action. Smart button and UC300 controller, they are communicating directly. As our office admin wants to control multiple devices simultaneously, such as to switch from one mode to another quickly, something like from holiday mode to business mode, from meeting mode to dismiss mode, To meet this specific requirement, we installed the smart scene panel in our conference center, where it has so many lights and electrical equipment. Through the Milesight device-to-device protocol, the smart scene panel works as a controller to trigger, to control the agent devices such as smart portable sockets and light on and off panels. Now, just a few taps away, our office admin can switch off the electrical equipments such as the electric fans, lights, microphone, computer, the projector, before she leaves the office every day. We have 47 meeting rooms, big or small totally, in our building. We want to have some accurate, real data about their usage, so found someone with a steady hand to install the AI workplace occupancy sensor on the ceiling of all meeting rooms. Took a little time, but was not difficult. The product is an innovator because it's the first sensor that integrates LoRaWAN tech, video technology, and deep learning together to detect the object's motion, while also protecting your privacy. Unlike other passive infrared motion sensors that only tell you the room occupied or room available status, this VS121 AI workplace occupancy sensor can also count people and let you know how many people are staying there. But we can't know the information directly from these installed sensors, so it was time to get the best out of those LoRaWAN payloads. And the Milesight application server was going to help us. Creating a dashboard on Milesight IoT Cloud is one of the most exciting parts of this Office use case, and we had a very good time doing it. As a result, we can easily check the room's status, the space utility, the entrance security, and how they change, especially as we carry out actions such as switching on and off the lights or letting some fresh air in or find another unoccupied meeting room in another floor. You can even create rules to make sure you get notifications by email or mobile push when something remarkable happens, even sending a downlink to other devices or actuators. For example, we finally set up some rules that would notify us when the corridors opened at middle night, and then auto turn on nearby lights directly. Taking the real value out of the data that we are receiving and being able to put that to good use is the best way to really see and realize how companies can benefit from the LoRaWAN technology. In our case, we found particularly useful the option to integrate with our workplace system, where we communicate with other teammates, share documents, and also book the meeting rooms and manage the rooms. Then finally, from the meeting room utilization rate and attendees number, with this related data, we can better improve our productivity in the future. To give you a hand and start building your own private LoRaWAN smart workplace application, we are happy to offer the Milesight IBox Co-work Kit. It includes all the devices and tools that installed in Milesight Office to report insights from multiple wireless LoRaWAN sensors. The Office admins, facility managers, they care about cost containment, space utilization, efficiency, privacy protection, and improved employees' comfort. So this brings together a targeted mix of LoRa-capable sensors and an easy-to-deploy LoRaWAN network by including a pre-provisioned UG63 mini LoRaWAN gateway. Paired with intuitive dashboards of Milesight IoT Cloud, you are enabled to access critical workplace information using customized data visualization and notifications. And the last scenario we're going to discuss is the smart building. It's nothing new, as buildings are getting smarter for the last 40 years through the development of building management system. But generally, building management systems are hardwired. When you want to update them or modify them, you may face some challenges. For example, it's expensive to install, hard to expand the coverage, even harder to add new functionalities, like the monitoring of air, personal safety, room usage, something like that. But luckily, the wireless technology comes around at the right time to figure out ways to make the retrofitting cost effective and easy. In particular, LoRa technology allows placing battery-powered devices almost anywhere in the building, and due to its ability to transmit through thick walls and penetrate concrete and metal, it's ideally suited for building use cases. Combined with the cloud-based computing for data analytics and machine learning, those all contributed to the construction of the smart building. One of the earliest protocols used was something called BACnet, which primarily around the HVAC industry, but now has been extended to other application scenarios like lighting and security. There are really two different approaches to integrate LoRa into your existing environment. The picture in the above of the slide, that is the first approach, BACnet over LoRaWAN. Then LoRaWAN serves as the data channel to the control applications. It's very easy to implement, as no changes to the BACnet protocol, network, or BACnet enabled devices. The second approach is to deploy LoRaWAN as a complementary network, focusing on integration with the building management system. I don't want to spend much time on technical details today. If you are interested, please leave your message on the chat box. Later, our technicians, they will follow up your concerns. Now, I'd like to specially introduce this UC300 IoT controller for the in-building scenarios. It provides the extensibility to replace wired connection to LoRa wireless communication. As we aforementioned, in the building management system, many wired sensors or equipment are still being used, such as power meters, water meters, fans, and some other appliances. Then this UC300 controller is LoRaWAN compatible and has multiple industrial input and output interfaces to connect to legacy equipment through its analog input, digital input and output, or serial port to switch the existing conventional systems to smart LoRaWAN applications. It also bridges Modbus data between the serial port and the Ethernet network via LoRaWAN. So it can be easily and quickly configured by NFC port, and it's DC powered. Many customers agree that it's cost effective to reduce the difficulty and expenses to set up the wired connection and prevent the wire from broken or aging. Now it's the water leak sensor. Literally, a spot leak detection sensor is designed to prevent water damage in a refined area. If you are worried about water leak caused by the heavy raining weather or caused by the tear and wear of pipes, then you can easily deploy this sensor in any water-sensitive places in a building, such as in the washroom, server room, data center, and so on. This LoRaWAN-based water leak detection sensor can help you keep eye on it. The interesting case I'd like to share is the trash water leak management in a residential building. Our end user is a property management company in Hong Kong. They were facing numerous problems while collecting waste, like continuous checking of trash bins' status, to remove all waste at a certain time regardless of empty or full. Common areas, waste bins, garbage rooms within that residential building must be cleaned, but water leaks from a broken faucet or from a leaky pipe will be a big deal when water seeps into an elevator pit or spread to tenants. So our solution is quickly estimated. It includes the spot water leak detection sensor, smart bin sensor, and indoor LoRaWAN gateway. Sensors generate and send the warning messages to the cleaning staff via the Milesight IoT cloud on mobile app when the waste bin is full or almost full, so the garbage can be collected immediately. The LoRaWAN gateway is lying on a shelf at a higher position to provide signal coverage widely. We found a single gateway could maintain acceptable signal strength placed for every 3 or 4 stories in a building. Some other kind of sensors, like the magnetic contact switch and indoor ambience monitoring sensors, are evaluating as well to expand the IoT applications in buildings. Now, if you have in building applications if you want to retrofit building into LoRaWAN network, if you want to build up a private LoRaWAN network in building, this Milesight IBox smart building kit won't let you down. And the included gateway UG65 can cover multiple stories. If it's a middle-sized building, 2 gateways should be enough. This kit will benefit the whole types of building. For a new building, LoRaWAN solution can monitor the structural health directly by wireless sensors, and we just handle the installation once and then leave it alone. For an old building, integrators can simply integrate the LoRaWAN network to the existing building management system via BACnet and connect the legacy devices to LoRaWAN. All right, so to recap, today we introduced free IBox kits for indoor air quality monitoring, for co-work office utilization, and for building retrofitting. Now, let's meet the special time-limited offers. They automatically scaffold your application with sensors, gateways, network servers, and visualize the need on the intuitive dashboards finally for further analysis. So the indoor air quality eBox page. Here you have multiple choices. You can select the basic models like AM103 with or without screen to monitor the temperature, humidity, and carbon dioxide levels, very basic monitoring. Or you can choose the advanced models like AMEM 307 and AMEM 319 with bigger screen to measure more unhealthy gases like PM2.5 and PM10, total volatile organic compound, formaldehyde, ozone, of course, the indoor version LoRaWAN gateway, UG63, with built-in network server, Wi-Fi, and power over Ethernet is included. And the 12-month license-free Milesight IoT Cloud with Pro 1 level permission is available as well. And please don't miss the USB card. It's 16 gigabyte and has all the eBox related marketing materials like videos, leaflet, solutions, company file, and so on. So it definitely covers your marketing need. Here is the iBox Cowork Kit for workplace applications. It contains the smart button sensor, space occupancy, and people counting sensor, magnetic contact switch, PIR, and light sensor, as well as the smart scene panel. 1 unit of each are coming by default. Again, the same function UG63 gateway and Milesight IoT Cloud are available in the package, as well as the USB card. And what unique in this smart building kit is the UG65 gateway with external antennas to provide stronger LoRa signal for data transmission across multiple stories, and the smart button, AM103 fundamental ambience monitoring sensor, magnetic contact switch, spot water leak detector, and an IoT controller unit. These are what you will get in the package. The marketing USB card and MySite IoT Cloud are coming as part of standard. Okay, I think that's all for today's presentation. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Facebook for more product introductions like this. Thanks so much for watching this video. We'll see you next time. Bye.